What's up, guys? Jacob here, making another video. In this video, I'm going to go over another step with how you can another principle that you can bring into your life that will help you deal with depression and anxiety. If you're someone that is dealing with it right now or has dealt with it in the past, or maybe you have a loved one that is depressed or very anxious, this is a principle that you can bring into their life that will really help them mitigate the stressors that come with anxiety and depression. Okay, I'm pulling from a book called 12 Rules for Life by Dr. Jordan Peterson. It's one of my favorite books of all time. Okay, but for now, I'm going to read from chapter 1. Chapter 1 is called Rule 1, Stand Up Straight with Your Shoulders Back. I'm reading from page 18, the third paragraph down. What we're going to be talking about today is the importance of breakfast and what you should be having. Okay, so with this, I'm going to read third paragraph down, page 18. Jordan says as follows: the next thing I ask about is breakfast. I counsel my clients to eat a fat and protein-heavy breakfast as soon as possible after they awaken. No simple carbohydrates, no sugars, as they are digested too rapidly and produce a blood sugar spike and rapid dip. This is because anxious and depressed people are already stressed, particularly if their lives have not been under control for a good while. Their bodies are therefore primed to hypersecrete insulin if they engage in any complex or demanding activity. If they do so after fasting all night and before eating, the excess insulin in their bloodstream will mop up all of their blood sugar. Then they become hypoglycemic and psychologically unstable. All day, their systems cannot be reset until after more sleep. I've had many clients whose anxiety has been reduced to subclinical levels merely because they started to sleep on a predictable schedule and eat breakfast. Okay, so in the last video we talked about step 1 and how important it was to have a set time that you're waking up every day, and how through that you have a schedule and a routine that you're following in the mornings. And what this does is it decreases the complexity of the day in front of you, and with that decrease in complexity, you're therefore you can find more order and you can find more control in the day that is going forward. Okay, and so what Dr. Jordan Peterson is talking about right here with breakfast is essentially this first meal that you're having is going to set the baseline for your insulin and your blood sugar for the rest of the day. Okay, and I've talked about this in a different video where I talked about how the first meal you have is going to be very important in terms of fat gain, okay, and how you're going to gain fat in your body for the rest of the day. And this is the same principle. You want to have a fat and protein heavy breakfast as soon as possible after they wake up. I don't say that you should have it as soon as possible when I'm talking about fat gain, because I'm not talking about people that are depressed. I'm not talking about people with anxiety. I'm talking about people that want to lose weight. And my big thing is, if you're not depressed or anxious, I think the best thing you can follow is an intermittent fasting diet. But if you are prone to depression and anxiety, I think you should have breakfast as soon as you possibly can after waking up. And again, you should have a fat and protein heavy breakfast. No simple carbohydrates, no sugars, because they're digested too rapidly and they cause your blood pressure to spike. With this blood pressure spike, you're also going to see a spike in cortisol, you're going to see a spike in insulin. Your body is going to feel off and you're going to be more prone to the stress that is going to come forward in that day. Okay, so again, the second step, the first thing we talked about is sleep. You have to wake up at the same time every day and you have to have a routine. That second step is breakfast. The breakfast that you have needs to be high in fat, needs to be high in protein, and low in sugar. This will set it to where your baseline for your blood sugar and your insulin is flat for the rest of the day, or flatter than normal as opposed to if you had sugar. And therefore, the anxiety and stress that comes with your day will not have quite the same effect. You won't get stressed out so easily, you won't get so anxious, and depression will seem to curb. Like he said, subclinical levels. Where did he say that? Their bodies are therefore primed. If they do so after fasting, then they become their systems. I have had many clients whose anxiety was reduced to subclinical levels merely because they started to sleep on a predictable schedule and eat breakfast. Okay, this breakfast and this sleep schedule can be the two main tools that you incorporate into your day to help stave off the anxiety and the depression, whether it's just from COVID or you were prone before or whatever it was. Have a fat and protein heavy breakfast. This can be eggs. This can be I'll put a list of things to have below, and then wake up at the same time every day. Wake up at 7 every day. Wake up at 8 every day. Wake up at a normal time every day and set a routine for your day. These two principles can help you stave off anxiety and depression like nothing else. Okay, and they're very, very simple. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.